Bison have always held immense cultural and historical significance in the United States. Once roaming the Great Plains in numbers that darkened the horizon, they were the heartbeat of the continent, a symbol of freedom, strength, and survival. But by the late 1800s, excessive hunting, habitat loss, and westward expansion drove these magnificent animals to the brink of extinction. What was once a thundering presence of over 30 million bison dwindled to less than 1,000. Recognizing the deep wound this left in America's ecological and cultural heritage, one man in southern Oklahoma made it his mission to bring them back, not just as livestock, but as a living legacy. That man is Dusty Baker, the face behind Cross Timbers Bison. Cross Timbers Bison, or CTB as many fans know it, sits quietly near the town of Sulphur, Oklahoma. It isn't just a ranch, it's a movement. Established in March 2018, the operation blends traditional livestock ranching with a modern twist: education, storytelling, and digital media. Its mission extends far beyond selling meat or breeding animals. Dusty Baker and his wife Marissa built Cross Timbers on a foundation of conservation, education, and respect for the species. Their goal is simple: to preserve, protect, and promote the American bison while educating people about its ecological importance and historical resilience. Located near the Chickasaw National Recreation Area, the ranch's landscape itself plays a symbolic role. The rolling plains, the wind-swept grass, and the historic land once shared with wild bison serve as the perfect backdrop for what CTB stands for: restoration and renewal. Before Dusty Baker became a rancher, he was a high school history teacher and coach. His life revolved around classrooms, not corrals. But even then, something kept pulling him back to the land. Growing up in Sulphur, Dusty spent countless summers working outdoors and later took a summer job at a national park, where he fell in love with wildlife and open space. That spark was nurtured further when he attended Oklahoma State University, where he deepened his understanding of conservation and agricultural science. The defining moment came when Dr. Gerald Parsons, a mentor and longtime advocate for wildlife, gifted Dusty 5 bison. Among them was Eleanor, a cow who would later become one of the ranch's most beloved animals. That generous gesture marked the birth of Cross Timbers Bison. When Dusty decided to trade textbooks for pastures, it wasn't just a career change, it was a calling. His teaching background would later become one of his greatest assets, shaping how he tells the Cross Timbers story online. Together with Marissa, Dusty began small with just 6 bison in 2018. They leased land from Dusty's mother and stepfather, Kevin Lynch, an employee at the Noble Research Institute, one of the region's most respected agricultural organizations. The early days were humble, but the dream was clear. When Dusty searched for guidance on bison care and management, he found almost nothing. No clear tutorials, no detailed resources. So he decided to document his own learning, not only for himself, but for anyone else who might follow. And so, Cross Timbers Bison's YouTube channel was born. In May 2019, Cross Timbers Bison uploaded its first video. What started as a simple attempt to share information quickly turned into something much larger. Viewers were drawn to Dusty's calm storytelling and genuine passion. He wasn't pretending to be a celebrity rancher or a polished TV host. He was learning in real time, making mistakes, solving problems, and bringing the audience along for the ride. That authenticity resonated deeply. By 2024, the channel had gained more than 270,000 subscribers. By 2025, it had surpassed 373,000, with over 161 million views and a global community following the herd's journey. The videos range from day-to-day ranch life to deeply emotional moments, the joy of new red dogs each spring, and the heartbreak of unexpected loss. One of the recent videos, "This is what has been killing our red dogs," pulled in millions of views. In it, Dusty revealed the harsh side of ranching, losing calves to a mysterious illness later diagnosed as cryptosporidium, a microscopic parasite found in contaminated water. Working with Texas A&M University, the Bakers learned it had likely spread from a pond after heavy spring rains. Despite darting calves with antibiotics and vitamin B12, 5 were lost. For Dusty, the hardest part was knowing there was little he could do. Bison are high-stress animals, and restraining a calf for IV fluids can be deadly when protective mothers charge. He eventually moved the herd to a new pasture, saving the rest. 5 calves survived out of 10, a painful but vital lesson in the realities of ranch life. Earlier that same season, Dusty and his daughter Brooks had faced another emotional blow when they discovered a lifeless newborn calf in the pasture. It belonged to Eleanor, the partially blind cow from his original 5. She had cleaned the calf perfectly, it looked healthy, yet it didn't survive. The loss hit hard, symbolizing the fragile balance of nature Dusty had dedicated himself to protecting. The videos also feature recurring characters that fans have come to love. Big Joe, the one-ton bull and ruler of the herd, Eleanor, the gentle escape artist, and the Dunbar herd, known for their steady grazing routines. Over time, these animals became living icons, familiar faces in a story of conservation and persistence. While many ranching channels focus on entertainment, Cross Timbers built its reputation on education and integrity. Dusty's teaching instincts help him break down complex topics like genetics, forage management, and ecological balance into stories anyone can grasp. Every success feels earned. Every setback is shared with honesty. And that truthfulness is what transformed casual viewers into a loyal community. That community became the foundation of a growing business that extended far beyond YouTube. The Bakers launched their official website, crosstimbersbison.com, offering jerky, snack sticks, specialty bison cuts, hats, and hoodies. Items that allow supporters to contribute directly to the ranch's mission. What began as a side project now ships nationwide and helps fund their conservation work. Through YouTube ad revenue, sponsorships, meat sales, and merchandise, the Bakers have built an enterprise estimated around $500,000. But the heart of their work has never been profit. It's education and preservation. Beyond YouTube, CTB runs a thriving online store featuring signature products like Hatch Green Chili and Mandarin Teriyaki Bison Snack Sticks, each a small piece of the ranch's story. Local partnerships ensure that fresh meat is available for pickup at Martin House Country Store in Davis, Oklahoma, keeping the supply chain regional and personal. Premium items such as authentic bison hides and hand-stitched apparel often sell out quickly. The consistent demand doesn't reflect scarcity, it reflects trust. People know exactly where their purchase comes from and the story behind it. In 2019, the Bakers acquired 10 cabins near the ranch, transforming them into Rocky Point cabins, a rural escape for travelers wanting to experience the Oklahoma prairie firsthand. Many guests find CTB online and then visit in person, turning digital fans into real-world supporters who can watch the herd graze under the same wide skies they've seen on screen. The Bakers' stability now rests on 4 strong pillars: land ownership, with their 189-acre ranch and hospitality properties; livestock value, with a herd exceeding 50 genetically strong bison; brand equity, with hundreds of thousands of followers across platforms; and infrastructure and equipment, including specialized handling systems and upcoming projects like a secure enclosure for Big Joe's State Fair appearance. Together, these assets make Cross Timbers Bison a sustainable, 7-figure enterprise built on authenticity, not hype. As of 2025, Cross Timbers continues to evolve. The ranch focuses on responsible breeding and genetic conservation, often referencing legendary lineages that trace back to Yellowstone National Park. Each new calf, each red dog, is a small victory celebrated across their digital community. Not every story ends in triumph, but Dusty shares them all: the heartbreak, the resilience, the quiet beauty of rebuilding a species. That openness has made CTB one of the most trusted names in modern homesteading. Cross Timbers Bison is more than a ranch. It's a symbol of how digital storytelling and conservation can coexist. Every decision, from breeding to video production, ties back to their mission: to restore and preserve the American bison while educating the public about its history and ecological role. Marissa continues to drive the business side, managing logistics, coordinating shipments, and overseeing brand growth, while Dusty focuses on herd care, filming, and community outreach. Their complementary strengths have turned CTB into a full-circle operation that blends family, work, and purpose. The next phase looks towards scaling production, building processing capabilities, and expanding wholesale distribution, all while maintaining the transparency that made them who they are. Preparations for Big Joe's appearance at the State Fair of Oklahoma, mark another milestone toward national recognition. From a handful of gifted animals on borrowed land to a thriving ranch recognized nationwide, Dusty and Marissa Baker have built something extraordinary. Their success isn't measured just in profit or subscribers, it's written in hoofprints across Oklahoma soil.